I was sipping coffee on my cabin porch when a woman in flip-flops stormed up, accusing me of ecological sabotage for a bird feeder, then called the cops, claiming I was a threat to her mountain. Up here on Blackthorn Ridge, a wild stretch of peace just outside Boone, North Carolina, I thought I'd escaped the city's noise, but Lorraine Hensley, the self-proclaimed queen of a fake HOA, had her sights on my land, not knowing I owned the whole damn ridge, 200 acres, including her own backyard. That morning, with her yapping dog and 3 squad cars boxing my truck, wasn't just a misunderstanding. It was the start of a showdown that'd unravel her scam and hand me her house, proving this mountain answers to no one but me. I'm Nate Carver, 35, a graphic designer burned out from deadlines, who inherited this cabin and a chunk of Blackthorn Ridge from my uncle last year, a place where pines whisper and stars burn bright. My border collie Rusty my only company. The cabin's simple, cedar walls, a creaky porch, no Wi-Fi, but it's my refuge, a legacy my uncle guarded for decades. I'd been here 3 days, soaking in the quiet, when Lorraine's heels crunched up my gravel path, her clipboard a weapon, her chihuahua, Tinker, snarling like a guard dog. "You're violating Code 7C, she barked, pointing at my unhung hummingbird feeder. I blinked, coffee mug warm in my hands. "Code what?" "This is my land." Her eyes narrowed, voice sharp. "Mountain Harmony HOA. That feeder lures predators. Endangers pets." Tinker yipped, and I stifled a laugh. "Lady, I'm not in your HOA. Never was." She scoffed, dialing her phone. 911? "I'm reporting an environmental hazard. He's hostile." My jaw dropped. Hostile? I was in flannel, holding sugar syrup. But when 3 cruisers rolled up, lights flashing, I knew Lorraine wasn't joking. I wasn't just confused, I was pissed. And this mountain was about to teach her a lesson. Lorraine's stunt wasn't about birds. It was a land grab. Her fake HOA a scheme to bully neighbors into submission. Her eyes on my 200 acres for a developer's payday, thinking a city guy like me would fold. She'd built a myth of control, finding folks for wrong shrubs, her chihuahua or scepter. But I wasn't some weekend camper. She'd picked a fight with a man who owned the ridge her deck was built on. I stood there, Rusty growling low, cops circling, and felt my uncle's voice in my bones. "Hold your ground." Lorraine's eco-terrorist label was a ploy to scare me off, but this land was my blood, every trail a memory of fishing with him, every pine a promise I'd keep. I pulled the deed from my truck's lockbox, handing it to Sheriff Dan Reed, his badge glinting. "Check this," I said, calm. He scanned it, eyebrows shooting up. "You own 200 acres? The whole ridge?" I nodded. Lorraine, smug behind him, paled. "That's fake," she shrieked, but Dan's radio crackled. "County confirms. It's legit." Her dog yipped, and I smiled, not just relief, but power. I wasn't just a tenant, I was the landlord, and Lorraine's empire was about to crack. The fight started quiet, like a breeze before a storm. Dan sent Lorraine packing, warning her about false 911 calls, but she didn't quit, slapping a flyer on my gate. "Unauthorized structure, fines pending." Her fake HOA seal was laughable, but her nerve wasn't. She'd trespassed to post it. I installed trail cams, their lenses hidden in pines, and caught her that night, flashlight bobbing, taping more lies. Illegal waste. Wildlife disruption. My land was pristine, her claims fiction, but she was building a case, rallying neighbors with backyard rants, pointing at my cabin like it was a blight. I called Clara Boone, a retired teacher down the ridge, her voice sharp. "She's been at this for years, Nate. Find my roses, called my cat a nuisance. It's all fake." I dug into county records, finding no HOA. Just Lorraine's name on complaints, noise, pets, even a kid's kite. Her deck, I learned from old maps, sat 30 feet over my line, a fact my uncle never pressed. I wasn't just defending my cabin. I was exposing a con, and Lorraine was digging her own grave. Lorraine's war wasn't about harmony. It was greed, her HOA a front to pressure owners into selling cheap. Her developer pals eyeing Blackthorn for condos, her fines a cash cow to fund her reign. She saw my land as the prize, my cabin a weak link, but I learned from my uncle, truth outlasts lies. She escalated, flying a drone over my cabin, its buzz waking Rusty, her flyers now claiming I'd excavated illegally my fire pit a hazard. I caught her on cam, midnight trespass. yanking my survey flags, her camo hoodie tagged from a store. I sent a cease and desist, hand-delivered to her porch, her sunglasses hiding panic. "You're harassing me," she screamed. But I walked away, voice calm. "Stay off my land, Lorraine." She called the sheriff again, claiming I'd threatened her, but Dan watched my footage, chuckling. "She's trespassing, Nate. Keep recording." I built a lookout tower, 12 feet high, legal and looming, its shadow on her deck a daily jab. Lorraine's petition followed, accusing me of commercial development, but Clara snorted. "She lied to get signatures, Nate. Folks are waking up. I wasn't just fighting. I was winning, and Lorraine's grip was slipping. The showdown wasn't the tower, it was the county hearing. Where Lorraine's lies met my truth, and her world collapsed. She'd filed a wildlife complaint, claiming my tower harmed rare birds, but the agent found no nests, muttering, "She's a repeat offender." My cams caught her smashing one, rung splintered, nails scattered, she'd gone feral. I filed a complaint, the sheriff fining her for vandalism, but the real battle was public. The hearing room buzzed, neighbors packed in, Lorraine in a suit, waving poster boards, my cabin on fire, my tower a spy hub. Mason, my lawyer, stood, voice steady. "Nate owns 200 acres, including Miss Hensley's deck." He flashed maps, deeds, my footage, Lorraine creeping, breaking, lying. The officer's gavel fell. Encroachment confirmed. "Miss Hensley, remove your deck or buy the land." Lorraine shrieked, "It's a conspiracy," but neighbors murmured, her allies shrinking. Outside, she glared, voiceless, her cronies silent. "I bought her house through a shell company." Her hostile ridge too much for her ego. She fled, no goodbye, just gravel dust. I wasn't just victorious. I was free, standing on my mountain, her deck now mine. The fallout was like spring after frost. Lorraine's house became Pine Haven Lodge, a free retreat for veterans and hikers, its walls stripped of her tacky decor. Filled with bunk beds and trail maps, funded by donations and my savings. My video, "Mountain Owner Crushes Fake HOA," hit 3 million views, sparking county audits of HOAs. Lorraine's name a byword for Karen. Neighbors rallied, Clara baking pies, Doug fixing trails, Rose gifting quilts, Rusty chasing kids at barbecues. Blackthorn Ridge breathed again, no flyers. No drones, just laughter and open skies. I sat on my tower, coffee warm, sunset gold, my uncle's legacy alive in every pine. Lorraine thought she'd bury me, but she gave me a community. A ridge reborn. A note came, no name. Ridge isn't yours. Her ghost, or a new schemer. How many mountains still bow to her kind? Tell me below. Faced a land-grabbing Karen? Sheriff Rusty's bark or Lorraine's exit hit you? And let's talk holding ground over giving in. On Blackthorn Ridge, we don't just live, we stand.